What up, Racer? ItsJerone here. I accidentally forgot to record my qualifying session, so we'll basically straight jump into the race. Now, I abandoned my last qualifying lap. That's why you'll sort of hear me talk about that. Now, I will be alone in the party today. My team is not racing, so you'll just hear my commentary as it was happening. And today we can win the championship. As you can see, 72-point difference. Guiggs needs to win the race. If he doesn't win, it's game over for him. And if I get P7 at least, then I will secure the title. Hope you enjoyed the video.
Let's hope that's the right call. I think it would have shot me up somewhere around Crow's position right now. Okay, it probably would have been better to take, what's that, P3 rather than this P10 on mediums. Oh well. I guess we're on a different strategy then. Guiggs in P5 though, so he has to do a lot of work as well. Let's compare my sector times. Yeah, I would have been around Crow. Well, it is what it is. Just need to not DNF from this race. That would be useful. I might be missing something here. I thought starting on mediums was a good idea, but apparently literally everyone, even alternative strategy runners, are going for softs. Really interesting. Yeah, they actually are all on softs. Well, I can't see Bankai, but I assume he didn't change the very last moment. Maybe I'm completely wrong, but I thought your tires will overheat by a couple of laps time on high fuel, but maybe not. Okay. I guess I'm literally the alternative here. Nice one, Crow. Well done, mate. Okay, put in quite a lot of effort to get the tires up to temperature. Still a little bit baffled by everyone their strategy calls, also the ones who were allowed to change tires, they're all on softs, so not sure if they know something I don't know, but let's see what happens. Horrible line. Oh my god. Softs are definitely a lot quicker than my mediums at this point. Relatively okay start. And nobody has died yet. Well done, lads. Oh, Stratus, be careful, mate. Oh, the understeer, that's disgusting. As I said, I know I have quite an understeery setup. but we'll have to stick with it.
Okay, DRS is now available.
Alright, staying in position, which is good. Bit of wheel banging. I think I'm ridiculously slow in this first sector. But then I don't understand how I'm like 12th in the speed trap as well. Don't know what sort of wings my other opponents are running here today. That's a shame. Mistake was not large enough to really capitalize on. Lots and lots of tiny mistakes from Stratus, and we're out of DRS. Pretty sure Stratus is overheating like crazy. Just going to keep the overtake on here.
Brilliant. Nice move.
Okay, no DRS for me. Bankai, behave yourself. Please. In the wrong brake bias, but we're fine now. Seems like we have another person struggling on the temperatures. Judging by Andre's lines. Let's try to set up this move. Come on, straight line speed. And this time we stay close to the apex. Okay. Gap to the car in front's not really moving, and it seems Sneaky is the first to bite the bullet and come in. Now this lap I did close up a lot. Oh, Hasney with a 5, that's not really good. Crow and Tash in as well. Right. Let's see if we can get some DRS by the end of the lap. That would be nice. Alright, it should be possible to get DRS. Yes, Solus had stopped using. Hopefully he comes into the pit lane, otherwise that would be a bit annoying. Nice. I think all soft turners will be in.
Okay, gap ahead is 2.5.
Yep, I'm correct. Woohoo, into the lead provisionally. Could be an interesting last stint if there won't be any safety cars. I think I'm losing about 6 to 7 tenths a lap to Pasty right now. Now I think he is pulling away slightly from Crow and Guiggs and the whole train basically, so I'm losing a little bit less time to them. And you can also see that Guiggs has done, or has picked up a 3-second time penalty now. So it's very unlikely he will win the race from this position. In the meanwhile, I've basically been doing low 32s, high 31s over the past couple of laps, so let's keep that up. You'll see on the race director at the end, my laps have been extremely consistent over this lap. Now let's actually have a little look at the mini-map as well, where everyone is, and where I'm expected to come out. Yeah, there's a train at the back, but I should be in front of them. I think I'll be somewhere around the second Alpine, I think, around Bankai. Pretty sure Crow just made a massive mistake on this lap, because he dropped many positions. And now Sneaky is in front of him, and Guiggs and Stash. Alright, this will be my in-lap. Make sure we have soft selected. Yes, we have. Right. Let's not get a 5-sec. That was very cautious, but we'll take it.
Exit now.
Okay. Let's try to make up positions, and let's try to get within 3 seconds of Tash and Guiggs. That would be ideal, but let's first see where we come out. Train coming onto the main straight now.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
Nice, good overcut. And low solid. Oh, the grip on these things is just lovely. Actually get to 100% ERS right in the braking zone there. Okay, let's see where we pass Crow. Either this straight or the one after. I don't have traction really. Oh, he's letting me go. I'll take that.
Nice work, that brings you up to place.
Oh, that's a bit of an overestimation. How much grip these things have. Alright, I've used up quite a bit of battery here. I think if I drive normally, I should be possibly overtaking Sneaky next time we pass this straight. Fastest lap in the process. Let's keep pushing. I don't think I'm really close enough to make an overtake on that next straight. So let's just conserve a bit of battery and go at it next lap. Yeah, 7/10s, that's a bit too much. I'm going to get held up in this first sector. That's not great. Bit of a tail lappy rear end there. Alright, same question as with Crow, where am I going to pass him? Let's go here. Just letting me have the inside. Oh, that's very kind of you.
Our ahead is 4.6 seconds.
Surprised I didn't get a warning there.
5 laps of fuel
Alright,
remaining.
2 seconds to close up for P2. Right, very solid lap by me there. We've dropped Sneaky in the process. And we're now within 3 seconds. Let's keep pushing though. Right, final lap of the race. Looks like I won't be overtaking them.
Final lap of the race.
Oh, they're going side by side. But I should be able to get them on penalties. Well, if I don't mess up the final sector of the final lap, it seems like we're going to be AOR champion for 2 consecutive seasons. So let's not bin it here, shall we? Slow and steady, easy does it. And we're a 2-time AOR champion. Nice. Not entirely sure what I'm going to do on the next game. Possibly when the crossplay is really interesting and a lot of good drivers join the league, I'll get back in AOR, but as of right now I don't think I'll be joining the next season. And on top of that, I'll also be doing Sunday League football, so it doesn't really make sense to have a league on Sunday then, considering I may be a little bit drunk by then. Anyways, pretty interesting race. I'm not sure why nobody went on an alternative strategy like me. In the end, the gap to Pasty was just too much, and even to Tash and Guiggs the gap was too much to really challenge them, on track at least. We did get close enough to gain the position on penalties, of course. The podium celebrations for possibly the last time this season. I won't be doing Mexico next week because that track is horrible when you're on PS4 and in Cockpit cam, because you get massive lag spikes through the S's, so I'm going to save myself from that torture and I'm not going to do Mexico next week. Then we have a break week after, and then there's one final race around Abu Dhabi, I want to say. I'm not entirely sure, but I will be joining that race, and I'm thinking about doing a last to first challenge, or at least attempting to do a last to first there. So I'd say GG's Pasty, nice win, and yeah, I think I'll see you in the next video, which should be an FRL video, and then there's one final AOR video coming sometime in the future. See you then. Bye bye.